Mark, who they call Emery, I don't know why, Mark Dishner, pretty good old doggone cat. I'll tell you the truth. When it really come down to it, I really liked him because of three things. He would get the job done, was not noisy. He was a quiet fella. He put his helmet on, he'd throw his head down, and you never have to look at him, buddy. He's working that job. Now that's an asset to me if I've got 9 other guys or 7 or 4 other guys that I've got to doggone put in order somewhere. So Mark was really an asset, and tell you the truth, all of the front end was completed by him with the final welding, and that takes hours and hours and hours under a hood. I bet you if I was sitting here and saying there's 50 feet in just half of the front end.
Yeah, I want this. I want my family to see it. Everybody in my family to see it and realize that I'm trying to do better and show them what I actually can do. And not only that, I'm trying to get this out to the whole world to see what I'm capable of doing. Because I can do this anywhere for anybody. I just need the opportunity to do it.
What we got here is the final welding for the shock mounts. That'll make this thing be solid and done forever. And the shock mounts, Joe designed them, and at that point we have completed the whole swing arm. Now I'll talk about the swing arm. This swing arm actually is a really long lever that's going to actually pick up the rear tire off the ground. Say I go to the 7-Eleven parking lot and I've really got to turn it real tight. I hit the airbag, the doggone thing sets down about 3/4 of an inch, and then the rear wheel will begin coming off the ground, and that way I can make a very sharp left or right hand turn without trying to tear off the rear wheel, the rearmost wheel. So essentially I'm negating the contact of the rear tire to the ground when I slam it down on the road in the little parking lot. So when it's going down the highway, then of course I equalize the suspension, and both tires are equally touching the ground, and I should never really ever have to touch the steering wheel because it's got 6 wheels when it's going down the highway.
I'm going to mount the last bit of welding on the inside of the bus. It's the shock mounts. Have to be final welded, and then we'll be ready to start putting it together. Last weld, it shows. I mean, you just put 2 and 2 together. You know what I mean? For everybody out there, put 2 and 2 together, and you see, give them a shot of what everybody else is doing.
As you see it now, we haven't rolled the sheet metal on around to make it have a rounded back end. I'm still making up my mind of how closed I want the back end to be. I'm almost believing that I really want you to see that big old 360 tire pushing this thing down the road with a motorcycle in the back of it. So I'm believing that, my opinion is that you guys, whenever you come down the interstate and I'm rolling this thing down 75 miles an hour, that you say, holy cow, look at that. But then at that point, then you really do get to see what's pushing it down the highway. That big old motorcycle with that great big old tire.
Y'all need to get your game together. Well, you've been working here 4 months just like I have. You ought to know.
Sound just like a teacher of Charlie Brown.
Them boys, they hate being proved wrong. They hate it. Cannot stand it.
Hey, we ain't know. That's my shit.
Oh, that's great. Dip the back end.
Okay, we're in. Now, is it gonna hit them wheels or do anything funny to them?
Here's what you need.
Need them bars.
2 most inside wheel bolts put on.
Closest to us.
Yeah.
Then the hole started. See, we got our whoop now.
Yeah, it's balancing set. So the 2 most inside. To tell you the truth, I need about 2.5 to 3.5 turns.
That's gonna have to lift up.
2.5 to 3.5. You want me to get a big pry bar? I got one.
No.
You want the,
We got it. We're in 2 turns at least.
all right,
Two
you need
and
the
a half.
ride height level. Let's put that ride height level in there and we can actually measure the shock. Joe, after a couple weeks, I figured out what to do with him. And tell you the truth, he's Mr. Mechanic galore. I put him to wiring the Baja and oh, it's the running piece of machinery now, and with all the lights and everything completely. Let me put it to you this way: the other parts of the Volkswagen that we needed to modify, change, or integrate into it, which is the front end and the steering column and all the steering joints and the ball joints and all of the ligaments to the front end, Joe completely rebuilt to the point that hands off, don't even have to look at him. But Joe is, like I said, gotten the confidence, gotten the solid feel in his heart that he could be a part of this, and we watched him actually get in on it. I tell you what, the last part of it where we was all just absolutely buffaloed at was the shock mounts, and Joe's went from kind of iffy to actually design engineering, and you'll see that at the back of the bus. It's the first thing that you'll see when you see the bus in action.
Some people will say wow, and some people will say why, because that's just the way the world is. This whole project showcased all of our talents, and maybe hopefully we'll get a good job, support our families.
Let's back up.
He just said that.
Shock's in the way. Okay, my bad.
Good. All right. Now,
Where's the bolt at?
right there where it belongs.
Okay.
And you got one on the other side.
You got it?
Okay, here you go. Let me have this. We're building this side now. Shock bolt. Jack the swing arm.
The wheels need to come up.
All right. So what's it going to take? Bring the floor jack to this side
You
over
might
here.
want to try to jack one of the wheels up.
They are. That's what we're doing now. We'll be right with you. Now, when we jack it up, don't do nothing. They did go in real good before.
Before you moved anything, they went in.
Well, this will tell the real story, won't it? Ready? Push her in.
Yes, it will.
Hold on. You need another half spacer.
Oh, no, I don't.
Need it going in.
The spacer's right here. It's in already. Alright. The spacer's already in there.
Alright.
Put this in there, Joe.
So I'm going to put that spacer in.
That one right there's top. The other one didn't go in that far on the top. You know what I'm saying? Them right there bumped up against the edge.
That's why you got to put this to the other side.
It's alright. We're going lastly, but this is going to go down lower.
Whoa, why stop?
Raise it up. Raise it up. We got to lower the chain.
Oh, Lord God.
Raise it up, quickly. Go. Quickly,
Let's get out of
quickly.
here.
Ho, ho.
Hey, get your leg out. Pick up right there.
What's the problem?
No, we're good. Ready?
Get your jack.
Close, out it goes.
Back up. Go.
Tilt it for Emery.
Raise it up. Make it friendly for him. Raise it up, man.
It is. He's got it.
Okay. Then set her down. And come on up. Now let's go put this one in.
Where's that ratchet wrench?
While we can, go ahead
Mike's
and
really
touch it up.
picky about what he uses in his shop. These guys were told they could only use mother's mag and aluminum polish.
As you see it now, this phase of Radical Academy is over. Put it to a real test, I've put them through it. And I have put them through. I've tried to run them off. I've tried it all. I can tell you that these guys right here are ready for hiring, and I would love to see them do good. It'll be a loss for me to lose them. So at that point, from the experience, that I've enabled to show them and have it translate into their ability, they're ready to go.
Mike Brown has put these guys through every test possible. They are ready to take on your job. For more information on the guys, visit theradicalacademy.com.